Chelsea looked like they were comfortable last night. You know, Newcastle for me, I was saying this earlier, Eddie Howe, the outstanding manager, done great for Newcastle, Champions League, but if they finish 10th this season or 9th or 8th, next season, how long has he got?
What number?
Oh, I've done it again, didn't I?
8th.
Don't start. Don't start.
If you missed last time, Gabby bizarrely calls...
Here we go.
Go on, what number?
No, Matt.
Go on, what is it?
8.
No, go on. Put a TH in it for me.
Stop. What's wrong with you?
Go on, carry on,
No,
sorry.
12th.
Yeah, where's the T?
12th.
12th, yeah.
Yeah, 10th. 12th. I hate this Ryan.
What's after 9th? Go on. What's after
10th.
9th? 10th. Yeah?
10th.
10th, yeah.
I don't. You're making this up.
No, of course I am, yeah. Listen, let me ask you about those numbers. Those all-important numbers. So currently in the Premier League, it's West Ham 7th, Brighton 8th, Wolves 9th, Newcastle 10th and Chelsea 11th. They, for my money, are the only teams, how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that can get 7th for that conference spot. So one of the questions we're asking, A, is who do you fancy for that? And B, do you want it? Now, your team are in it at the moment, right?
Of course.
Firstly, when Aston Villa qualified for it last season, were you happy about it, or were you a bit like, oh, this is going to get in the way?
I was buzzing because you could tell by the players' reaction when they qualified for European football. That's what Unai Emery was brought in for. That's what Villa, their fan base, their players want to be playing in Europe. And seeing what it meant to West Ham the previous year, winning it, you know, the trophy parade that they had, it just shows winning a European competition is so big for some of these teams. And some teams will like, no, it's not for us. You know, you have it sometimes with Spurs fans. They're like, nah, I didn't really fancy that. But when after Spurs won a competition, so you can't like turn down to be in the Europa League conference.
But it can get in the way. Spurs fans will be. I get what you're saying, but
haven't won anything.
But they'll be torn between what you've just said is correct. They need European football. They need a trophy, but also they need to concentrate on getting better in the Premier League and getting top 4. And if that European competition gets in the way, I would understand both arguments.
Of course, it's amazing to finish top 4. But you give me now Villa top 4 or Villa win Europa League conference. I want them to win Europa League conference.
And finish anywhere but not go down?
No. I still want them to finish in Europe because I want them to play.
I know, but would you take conference, winning the Europa Conference and finishing 15th? Is it all about winning the European?
You know what?
Like West Ham, right? Like
I probably would because you automatically play Europe next season.
Right.
I think it's Europa League, isn't it?
That's right.
Automatically go into. So it's European football again. It's about winning trophies. Fans want to, be in finals, winning. Go ask a West Ham fan. Get a West Ham fan to call up. How did they feel?
Yeah.
How did they feel? Declan Rice knew he was going to leave, celebrating. You know, like it was the best moment of his life, winning a European competition. So you got teams that might be like, not for me. Even we had the argument a month ago, and you're saying like Manchester United finished 7th, like, we're not going to want to be in that.
Yeah, but you can understand that from Man United's perspective.
Yeah, but when last have you won the Champions League?
But Man United are bigger than. Come on, you know that.
I
know we're going to have fun on today's show.
Manchester United,
but the club Manchester United shouldn't be going after even Aston Villa to some extent.
But the old Manchester United.
But the old Man United was only 10 years ago, Gab.
10 years, not a long time.
No.
Really?
No. How long ago did you win something?
Exactly. Well, that's what I'm saying. Aston Villa need to win this season because it means a lot to their fans.
Man United have got bigger fish to fry than the Europa Conference League.
Like what?
Well, just concentrating on top 4 at the moment, getting better in that department. FA Cup, I think, is bigger than Europa Conference.
FA Cup's a big competition domestically, of course. But
which is bigger?
Listen, the FA Cup, I'll probably say, is bigger. Okay. Domestically, massive, winning the FA Cup, of course. But when you've got the likes of Chelsea, Chelsea, will they want to be playing European football?
Okay, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll ask you these questions, right? Okay. Yes or no? We'll go from 7th, West Ham. The West Ham fans and the club want Europa Conference football next season.
100%.
Okay. Next up is Brighton, 8th. Do they?
Yes, of course they do.
Wolves are 9th. Do they?
Wolves, 100%. They see that what they thought would happen with Gary O'Neill, some of their fan base, to get into Europe and play European football next season. What a season.
Okay, I agree with everything you said. 10th is Newcastle.
Yes.
I'm not so sure.
But you say that, though, but how many years have Newcastle not been playing European football?
Yep.
They overachieved to get Champions League.
Yep.
They done their best, made the club proud in the Champions League. It's not worked out this season, but surely they want to continuously be playing in Europe.
All right, that's where we differ. And Chelsea are the last one, 11th.
You're going to say Chelsea like you're going to say Manchester United. It's not for us.
Yeah,
we only want to concentrate
Chelsea
on Champions
much bigger
League.
than Conference League.
Yeah, but the battle now, mate, to get the top 4 places. Manchester United and Chelsea aren't guaranteed every season.
I know, but don't you think Chelsea got more chance of getting top 4 next season without European football?
Did they have European football this season?
No.
Did they got to finish in the top 4?
No.
Exactly.
But do you think
maybe they need the European competitions can be like bad for some teams because injury, small squads. They've not got a problem, have they?
But do you think it will help or hinder Chelsea?
I don't think it'll do them any harm. They've got so many players. They've got so many young players that can play 2 games a week. I think that they've got the squad there, Chelsea, to rotate as well. Okay. And this season they've not done great, have they?
No,
not been Europe.
No, you're right. West Ham, Brighton, Wolves, Newcastle, and Chelsea. Do any of you, as a football fan, want 7th and conference?
You are cheeky though. You Man United fans.
What? No, we're not.
You are, mate.
You can understand
in that past, mate. Come on. Manchester United, biggest club in the world, but recent history.
Gab, what are United going to get from winning the conference? I don't even know why I'm entertaining this.
You are something else. I know cheeky you are.
I'm glad McGinn got sent off.
How old will you be when Manchester United next win the Premier League?
How old will I be?
Yeah.
Be about another 4 or 5 years.
Really?
Yeah. Huh? You'll be gone when Aston Villa.
180.
Mark is first up, a Wolves fan. Hello, Marky Mark.
Good evening, Mark.
Hello, Andy. Gabby.
You all right, mate?
Yeah, I am, mate, thank you. Now, Gabby, one thing. About 18 months ago, we had a bet that Wolves would stay up last season. Sorry to say, mate, you Welshed on it, all right?
All right,
you and OR had a big go at me on a Saturday night. So
what do I owe you?
What was the bet for, Mark?
What do I owe you, Mark?
50 quid for charity.
All right, then. I'll get your details. I'll send you that, mate. Fair enough.
Happy days. Now, second thing is, as a Wolves fan, I'd love to see us in 7th and qualify for the Europa League, the conference. I'd love us to do the Europa proper. But I disagree when you say that you're too big for it, Andy. You won the League Cup last year. You celebrated like you got peace in our time.
Yeah, because it's moving forward.
But you're in the Champions League this year, but you didn't get out of the group.
Yep. But I would say the League Cup is bigger than the conference. I mean, when West Ham won it, a lot of people called it the Mickey Mouse Cup.
You're more suited to the conference.
Come on, Mark.
No, you were a big side. You're a big club.
Mark, come on.
A massive club, but you're not a big side anymore.
Chelsea,
Mark.
About United and Chelsea.
Mark, the reason is that Andy doesn't understand that this group of players that Manchester United have are not Champions League quality. So maybe Europa League conference is your quality.
But they are Champions League quality. They qualify for the Champions League, this group of players.
And what did they do in it?
No, but you
they embarrassed the English teams.
Did they qualify? Were those group of players good enough to
Did
get...
they deserve to qualify?
I'll answer yours, you answer mine. Were they good enough to get Champions League football?
I don't think they was. I think they were lucky last season.
Okay, factually, were they?
I think, last season they were lucky.
What? What's your answer? Factually.
So you're telling me, all right, forget last season. This season, your squad of players, are they good enough to go?
Yeah, they are, without injuries.
So say you qualify for Champions League, you're going to have like Lindelof left back, Johnny Evans centre back.
They'll go.
What?
But you know they're not... Luke Shaw's out injured, right? Martinez out injured. We haven't had... The players you're naming aren't first choice in those positions.
So what happens if... Because you're close to 7th. Don't think that you're far away, mate.
Yeah.
So what happens if you finish 7th? What happens next season? You play the under-18s or what happens?
I think you should be worried about your side.
If you qualify for Europa League Conference, who do you play? Do you play strong side?
Play your side in a minute. Steve's up next. Hello, Steve.
Good evening, Steve.
Hello, Andy. Hello, Gabby. How are you?
All good, mate. All good. You?
Yeah, good as gold. Now, I'll tell you now, as a beloved West Ham supporter, I can't remember the years of when it was. I think it was 2016 when we voted for out of Europe, Brexit.
Okay.
What did West Ham do? They went into bleeding Europe. Hello?
Okay.
Yeah, go on.
Oh, you can. Yeah, I was disappointed. I wanted out of Europe. I mean, West Ham went into Europe, and I'll tell you what, I can't believe it. Can't believe what West Ham done. So I'm more than happy with 6th and 7th.
You take it again then, Steve. I mean, obviously you want to get into the Champions League, right? Because you're in the Europa League.
I'll be honest with you, West Ham, as long as we turn up, try our hardest, proper West Ham. It's the game. It's the game. It's
no, come on, Steve. Steve. It's not about turn up. You want to win the Europa League, Steve, right?
And we did win the World Cup.
Steve can't hear me. Steve, you want to win the Europa League, right?
Yeah, but it's not all about winning, is it?
Yeah.
It's not all about winning. No, it's not.
Why do you want David Moyes out?
I don't want David Moyes out.
Okay, why do other West Ham fans want him out?
Everyone's got their own opinions. Everyone's got allowed their own choices. Some people are more staunch with the club than I am.
Steve, what do you think of Andy's comment that the Europa League conference isn't good enough for Manchester United?
Europa League not good enough.
Okay.
It's just complete rubbish, isn't
Right,
it?
let me ask. Thanks, Steve. Let me ask you this question.
Go on, then.
You have to answer my question.
Okay.
Okay. Is there a possibility Erik ten Hag could be sacked soon if results don't go their way? Just yes or no's on these.
Yes.
Okay. If Erik ten Hag next season wins the Premier League, will he keep his job? Is he more likely to keep his job?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. If he wins the Champions League, is he more likely to keep his job?
Yes.
Okay. If he wins the Europa Conference League and finishes 9th, is he likely to keep his job?
Yes.
No, he's not, Gav.
He's won a European trophy.
It's not big enough.
If that's a
not
competition,
big enough.
If that's a competition that he's in,
Gav, come on.
Did Mourinho win it?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, but
So what?
Are you impressed with that?
Mourinho went on a parade because he
had
won
a
it. He's won
tattoo.
everything.
I know.
Come on, Andy.
Do you think that's big enough?
I think so. I think where this Manchester United side is now,
Yeah.
you can't be thinking to yourself,
Wait.
Champions League or nothing. We're Manchester United. We had Fergie.
When did Aston Villa win the European Cup? 80?
80,
Right.
in the 80s.
10 years later, 90.
Yeah.
Right? If they win the conference, is that good
Still
enough?
big, yeah, because you're
It's
still
not.
winning European trophies.
It's not.
You need to stop this, Andy. It's disrespectful, mate. I don't like it. It's disrespectful.
I'm so glad I don't buy it, Gav.
Yeah.
Because you say it with a
Look
little
at
smirk.
all the messages. They're not happy with you.
I haven't got
Andy.
messages on my screen.
talkSPORT Drive. Super opinionated sporting debate. Monday to Friday afternoon from 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.